Okay, so welcome back, and today we'll keep working in CSS about some boxes. So instead of box model, we'll learn what we call Flexbox. Okay, so but before we get into all of that good stuff, I would like to do a few recap. Remember, I list some questions. I hope you to answer, and hopefully you did. So I'm gonna write them out again. Alright, so first recap question. First recap question is, what is box model? And how many features are included? Alright, so what is a box model? Okay, so box model is just a way to express relationship between margin, border, padding, and content box. If you would like to, I'm gonna put a link to last time's video. I would recommend you watch that first before going to this one, so you don't necessarily have to. Alright, so there are 4 features, which is obviously margin, border, padding, and content. So, second question. Second question is, what is exactly margin, border, and padding? Alright, what exactly is them? So, margin. Let's start with margin. Margin is the edge of the border. Okay, the edge of the border. Remember, we use a reference point to the screen. Border is a box for the content or the padding box. So remember the image, there's a border around the padding box. And padding is a distance between contents box and border box. So if you remember, if you increase padding, you increase the distance between content box and border box. Good. So next quick review question. How many values do you need to specify in order to create a border? So the answer of this is we need to specify 3 values. First is how large you want the border to be. Do you want it to be 5 pixel, 10 pixel, 20 pixel, or just maybe like 0.1 pixel? And or also you need to know, what do you want the border to be? Like the line around the border, do you want them to be dashed line, solid line, etc.? You can see more of them on documentation page of that. And you need to create a color for that. Like, do you want the border to be purple, black, pink, red, orange, something like that. Alright. So last question is, what is an inline element? So this is a towards the end of that last time's video. Inline element is where you create an element they're just like stuck here. Whenever I take more paragraph, it's just gonna write on it. Alright. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I really recommend you to go back to last time's video so you know some box model. I really recommend you to watch box model before going to Flexbox. Alright. So these are the 4 recap questions. Oh yeah, we use span for inline element. These are 4 recap questions. You can watch there's a link in here always if you want to review them, etc. Alright. So now it's time to get into real stuff. As you can see, we actually has won this time. One, what that means is Flexbox, we will talk a lot. We will talk a lot about Flexbox, so we maybe we will spend this video and next video all on the Flexbox, or maybe a little bit on third video, I'm not sure. I think it should be this video and next video. We're going to spend on these 2 videos on how on Flexbox. There's just so much thing to talk about. Alright, so before we begin, this lesson is adapted from w3school.com, schools.com. If you'd like to, you can go to this URL down below, w3schools.com/css/css3_flexbox.asp if you want, which is also linked down in the description. Good. Now let's get our hand dirty with Flexbox. So basically, first question you always want to ask is, what exactly is a Flexbox? What is a Flexbox? Well, the answer to that is Flexbox, in one word, is basically it will auto adjust the width and height of the contents box according width and height of the box according to the content box. Alright, this sounds confusing, right? It maybe even make more confusing. So what I mean is Flexbox is a way that we can auto adjust, that it can automatically adjust width and height of the box itself with the content box. So, what's that mean? Well, let's take a look about the Flexbox here. And suppose I'm just going to type more thing to it. Hello world. You can see it adjusts the width based on how many words I type. The more words I type, the large width I get. Words I don't type at all, I get this width, this kind of width. So let's see. This is dev with me. Alright. So I got 3 boxes. And you will say, how did I do that? Well, let me close. Let us to take a look about HTML first. So create a div. Actually, I create multiple divs. So I create a div that is, and it have a class called flex-container. And inside of this, I create another div, and each of them contains the text that I want to display. So what div is doing is to store them as a group. Alright. So now we basically learn what's happening with div. Let's take a look on CSS. So first I select all the flex container. This is most important code. If I comment out this code by using this, you can see now it's not Flexbox anymore. It does not auto adjust the width and height based on the based on the content box. So this line of code, display colon flex semicolon. This is the most important one. And then add some more styles such as color is Dodger blue. And this selector I didn't talk about. So you can see select a class. So a class. Then I dig deeper into the div. So technically it should be allow us to do this. Yes. So it's fine, but we actually can use greater than, which I mean flex container contain more code than div itself. So I want to find a div that is inside flex container class. So for every div inside a flex container class, do background color, go to hashtag hash f1 f1 f1. As you can see, some grayish color, margin 10 pixel, padding 20 pixel, font size 30 pixel. All right. So as I just told you, display is the most important text here. All right. In order to let Flexbox working, you must always include this. Okay. So before we continue, I just have a quick question to you. So how many layouts are there? How many layouts are there? So we have 4 layouts, 4 kinds of layout in CSS. And I'm gonna create a UL list. So I'm gonna, let's use this. I'm gonna say font size, let's say 25 pixel. So there we have block. This is for this section. For section in a web page. We also have inline, which is we just talk about the span tag in recap section. It's for text. And we also have table, which is we learn how to create a table in HTML series. Forget, you can check that out. And position for explicit position of an element. Alright. So, Flexbox is somewhere in the block and position. So it's position block. Okay. Alright. So we will learn some codes today. Some value and property you can plug in to make your flex more desirable the way that you want it. So first property we are going to learn. Alright, so we have a lot of property to learn. So first property we'll learn is called flex direction. So flex direction. Great. Flex direction. So the flex direction property defines in which direction the container wants to stack the flex item. So let's try this out, what this means. So let's say flex direction, first one is column. Now as you can see, it changed, right? It changed to column format. Instead of 1 times 3, it's like 3 times 1 is 1 times 3 now. So like each row only have one item. It has 3 columns. Each column only have one item. It has 3 rows. Sorry. So the column value stacks the flex item vertically, which is mean from top to the bottom. Okay? This is flex direction. And then we will do another. We'll change the value a little bit. What about column inverse? What happens when we do column inverse? So the column, let's see. Not inverse, reverse. I'm sorry. So flex direction for column reverse. What that mean is the column reverse value stacks the flex item vertically, but from bottom to the top. Alright, so you can see Dev is me is at the top now instead of Hello World. Then this is at middle, which is same, but Hello World is at bottom rather than the top. Next is row. Let's see, row. So flex direction, let's say row. What's that mean? So you can see, let's go back to our original. So our original, where do we start it? The row value stacks the flex items horizontally from left to right. Guess what row dash reverse does? Yep, it's literally reverse everything. So it's have that is me. This is Hello World. Okay? So they are flex direction. And just a quick recap of flex direction. We have column inverse, row, and row inverse. Fantastic. Alright, let's keep going. So now we'll learn about we'll learn about Flexwrap. Okay. So what Flexwrap did is this property specifies whether the flex item should wrap or not. I know it sounds confusing, but here we go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create more boxes. So I'm gonna say hello world. This is Dev is me. I'm just gonna basically copy and paste. Okay, let me get rid of flex direction for now. Okay, you can see that now the background color. I don't even support that anymore. Okay. So, hello world, this is Dev is me. Hello world, this is Dev is me. In order to specify the difference, I'm gonna say 1. This is group 1. This is group 2. Not 3. And this is group 3. Good, right. So now, in order to show you better, so I create 12 boxes total. Is that 12? No, it's not. So I'm gonna copy and paste again. Bad math. 4. Alright, so I create total 12 boxes to show it better what Flexwrap did. So first value for Flexwrap is we are going to type Flexwrap. I'm gonna say wrap. Ooh, this is interesting. What this does is this value specifies that the flex item will wrap if necessary. So as you can see, it does not go off the screen now. So at least I can see them at all time. Alright, like I don't have to scroll to the right to see more, just like we don't use wrap. Alright, so this is quite neat, right? But you know, the default of the CSS for the Flexwrap is actually called no wrap, which is me. As you can see, now I have to scroll all the way to the right to see all the boxes. This value specifies that the flex item will not wrap at any given time unless otherwise specified, and this is default version. So if you didn't mention any flex wrap, it will automatically configure as flex-wrap column no wrap semicolon. And then we will do another interesting one. It's called wrap reverse. What this did, as you can see, now all the 4 is at the top. And that is me 3, hello world 4. So as you can see, the order is quite messed up. But when you read like this is hello world, this is that is me, hello world, this is that is me. Alright? So what this does is this value specifies that a flexible item will wrap if necessary in reverse order. I cannot think about a point when we need a reverse order instead of wrap, but I think it's going to be somewhat useful. So recapping Flexwrap, we learned these 3 value: wrap, no wrap, which is default, and wrap reverse. Great. Now let's keep moving forward. Moving forward, we'll learn flex flow property. Another weird word. Flex flow property. So what does flex flow property did? What does flex property do? What does flex flow property do? Is flex flow property is a shorthand property for setting both the flex direction and the flex wrap property. Alright, so this is just a combination between flex wrap and flex direction. So let's see that. Let's try that out. That's interesting. So let me get rid of all my wrap. So suppose I get rid of flex dash flow and row wrap. So what this does is first is find the row, which is here. Remember what row does? The row value stacks the flex item horizontally from left to right. So it's stuck horizontally. And then it's wrap them up so it's appear all on the screen. Okay. Hello world, this is me. No. And it's in order. Which is same way. You can also try, let's try row reverse. Wrap reverse. Okay, so I do something like this. This hello world, this is hello world, this is me. So it's obviously reverse, and it's print right to left. Yes, it's print right to left, and it's print in reverse order of the boxes. So this is just combination. This is really combination of flex direction and Flexwrap. Alright. Next one. So for next property we learn is called Flex. Oh, we already learned that. It's called justify content. Justify content. So it seems weird because you don't use justify a lot, but what this does really, it is used to align the flex item. So for example, I type flex justify content, let's say center. No, so now they're all center up. You cannot really see it, so I'm gonna delete all these boxes. Yeah, so it's center up. Okay. And then, well, we can also do flex start. This is an interesting one. Flex start. Okay, so nothing seems to happen for some reason. So what this does is this align the flex item at the beginning of the container. So since I only have 3 boxes and they are like gigantically big, I don't think I need these anymore. So I can get rid of these and this. So now you can see it's get close to the left hand side, and you have to center. Now you can see they're center up. So with flex start, we also have flex and. So this just this value aligns a flex item to the end of the container, which is usually is right hand side. And we will also consider some space around it if we want. So such as we can have space dash around. So you can see this align the flex item. This give the space between each boxes, and we also have around. This give the distance between, and and space around gives some space around the container, around the boxes. Oh, sorry. So let's do a quick recap on justified content. So what we did is we did so in justified content we did center. We have some center, flex dash start, flex dash and space around, and space between. Alright, so that's everything we learned for the Flexbox 1. So in next video we'll talk about more property on Flexbox 2, Flexbox. So you don't need to worry about memorize all of those, because I didn't. You can go to W3 schools for lots of good documentation and exercise. We just search Flexbox. Alright, so that's it. Thank you for watching this video.